Welcome back to Gold Rush, the game on console, episode 4, with me, MrSealyp. What has happened since I last saw you? Well, our hole has got considerably larger. I'm kind of coming round in an arc from the excavator. I bought a wavetable because we needed one, and because of the amount of hoses and stuff I've got coming out of this, all I'm doing is when I need to use it, I'll take the water one off and put it on there, power one off and put it on there, and it's good to go. What I've also done, I have purchased a magnetite trailer. So any magnetite that we separate out on our magnetite separator goes into the dirt bucket. That then gets tipped into there when it fills up. It's only on 1% at the moment, so we'll wait until it fills up a bit more. Our gold bucket goes over here. We're going to use that in just a second. I have also bought, what else did I buy? Magnetite separator trailer. Oh, I've bought, not magnetite separator, the wavetable, magnetite trailer. I've bought another trailer. A deal came up 28% off of a large trailer. The big trailer was 2,448, the wavetable was 40,080, and the magnetite trailer was 3,570. Our gold is up to 1,154.149 grams. We've been busy. This thing is thirsty. I've refueled it twice now. Half a tank when I first got it, full tank since then, so I'm down to 46% in my large fuel trailer. So yeah, in the last episode, I didn't have the wavetable. What we're going to do now is take the bucket from here, which is full, as you can see. That's 100% full. That, mind you, that only shows kind of half the thing. I don't suppose that can go up to 200%, can it? Or do I just... I mean, 100% is full, isn't it? Or maybe I'll try that out later on. I've still got 60% left in there left to do. So we take the bucket from there. We take it over to here, which is what I did before. slip it into there and put it back. That's good to go again. That's only 25% full, but we can run it now. Yeah, I might as well run it now. Let's turn that on. Because I want to just show you just the wavetable. Let's say you may have used it already, you may be further ahead than me. This is just where I'm at the moment. So we'll turn on our magnetite separator. We should get a full bucket of gold. Not full bucket of gold, but you know what I mean. The pay dirt, the good stuff. There we go. Magnetite's added some more into there, so we've now got 3% in our magnetite bucket. Turn that off. Now what we need to do, I'm just going to switch these off for a second. We're going to grab the gold one. Take that over to our wash table, because that's now at 50%. I've already done one load into this. Haven't turned it on yet though. So now my wavetable's full. Let's put that back under there. Take that from there. Plug that into my wavetable. Take my power cable. Plug that into the wavetable. Turn the Jenny and the pump back on because we need water and... No, put the filter back. I realised as I was editing the last episode, with all these things running, it was hard to hear my voice. So, what should happen now is, as soon as we turn this on, rather than doing the panning, where we have to take the nuggets out, our gold, top right hand corner, you'll see that go up. The wavetable does it all for us. No more mucking around. Look at it go up. It is going up considerably. How fantastic is this? We are moving towards, I mean, we are automated to a degree. There's still an amount of work to be done, but considering how much work had to be done when I was digging that great big hole, it will tell us in a minute just how much we've got from that full wavetable, which as you can see seems to be a fair amount. Blimey. $337 grams of gold. Now, while I'm disconnecting all of this and switching it back over to the magnetite separator, I've been doing a bit of reading in the journal, various different things. Now, something I've been paying a bit more attention to is the weather. As the weather's been changing, we are 3 days to summer. Sun's out, it's 18.5 degrees, it's great. When it was a bit colder and it was raining and windy, something I haven't really been paying attention to, the wind with the trees blowing. I mean, not really blowing. The breeze blowing in the trees, absolutely fantastic. But I was reading up about the season stuff as well. The season stuff is pretty interesting because when it gets to the summer, if it gets too hot, I'm going to reel some of this in, I think. If it gets too hot, the water sources can dry up, which means you need an alternate water source. Now, it does say about fixing wind turbines or water towers. Water towers, like maybe that one there. Or it does say about getting yourself like a huge water tank and fill it up. There is a water tower in the town you can use. But then it also goes on to say that in the winter, also, when everything freezes, you can't get to the ground to dig properly. Plus, the water can freeze, so you need to sort out your water source. Wind down a little bit. That you sometimes need to use the bulldozer with the cultivator section on the back, the big plough, to dig the ground up so you can continue to dig, otherwise the ground's frozen. And when the ground's frozen, you can damage the teeth on the front of your excavator. The mind boggles. this does actually come also standard with the Frankenstein DLC. I wasn't sure if it did, but a lot of the gear that's in there that it talks about is part of the Frankenstein DLC, and there is some incredible gear on that. I mean, we're barely even scratching the surface. So I can't wait till we get onto all of that. I'm going to carry on now doing this, making the hole even bigger. I'm going to reach a point. I will go down and get some gold bars smelted. We are going to need some more money, and we need to move on to the next tier, which is actually quite scary. Let's go back. So I've been reading through, so I'll go back up to, what do you want? Let's go back up to our guide. So we did tier 1. We did tier 2 in the last episode. I say we did tier 2 up until the wave table, which it hadn't mentioned. So I've got the wave table, that bit's done. Paid the magnetite separator. I did a bit of reading up about magnetite. If I go down to the magnetite section as well and click on that, getting magnetite separator. If we go across one, there you go, magnetite trailer, and then using magnetite. So when you fill up your magnetite trailer, or you put it in, or whatever you do, you then take it to the factory. It says you can't use the magnetite on your own. You don't have the proper tools and all the time. Before you use any magnetite, you have to get some from the ground. That's what we're doing. We're now separating it out and take it to the factory. You can take it to the blacksmith's and upgrade his equipment. Oh, first one is to go to the blacksmith, upgrade his equipment. I'm going to have to read up the blacksmith bit. You made a deal with the factory to take your magnetite and use it to create new equipment. Second way of spending magnetite is to sell it to the blacksmith for pure cash. So we've got two ways of doing it. We're getting the money for the gold. We can get money for the magnetite. I'm going to read up a little bit more about blacksmith then, and we'll see about that. So yeah, I've got the trailer. We'll gradually put in whatever we get from that, and we can either take it to the factory or to the blacksmith. That's the plan for the moment. Oh no, sorry. That's why I came in to have a look. I got sidetracked, didn't I? Let's go back up to our guide and let's have a look. Because next step is moving on to tier 3. And tier 3 is that go to the machine store, buy a shaker, buy a trommel. I'm going to call that Irwin, I think. The duplex jig, sluice boxes, big power generator, cables. That's all it says. Now, when you then go, it says transport the machines to your claim. Load on the pickup. Set up the wash plant shaker. I mean, yeah, that's a piece of cake, isn't it? That looks easy. Then you've got your trommel and all the other stuff. That's all the things that go. Yeah, the sluice boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mats. Did it mention mats? Looks like we're going to need mats as well. We've got buckets, sluice boxes, shaker. That's all the stuff that's going to go up on the hill. So as far as I'm aware, again, this was from a tutorial and watching a bit of Daggerwin way back when this first came out on PC, that our shaker goes up here. Then we've got sluice boxes. Then we've got the trommel runs across the top there. Then some stuff runs down here. That'll have our moss mats in. Yeah. Then you dunk the moss mats. I mean, the magnetite, we can put it through the magnetite separator as well. Then from there into the wash plant, and but it should be on a larger scale. Plus, we're going to need a conveyor belt. We're then going to need something to tip it all into. Then we're moving into the realms of needing our wheel loader, and it's going to get very complicated. But like I said, I will see you in a little while. Oh yeah, that was the thing as well. My brother and his family watched a lot of Gold Rush series. When I was at his at the weekend, they kept on saying, "We've hit bedrock." I did. That bit down there, it kept saying, well, it kept saying, when I got down to there, it told me I had to be careful because I would damage the teeth on the excavator because I was on solid ground at the bottom. Am I stuck in the hut? No, I'm stuck. That's better scout. So, I'm loving it. It's brilliant. It's so addictive. So addictive. Right. Let's carry on. Did I put the bucket back? I did, didn't I? Yeah, sure I did. Lights, engine. I don't know, I've got a full bucket in there, right? Right then, one day till summer. Got the wave table, it's working, it's doing its job. I'm up to 4,396.153 grams. That's nearly 4.5 kilos of gold. I've got 12,856 grams of magnetite, and I've got a load in the magnetite trailer. That's something that's baffling me at the moment. But more importantly, what I've done is leased, not bought, the larger excavator. That has sped up production, everything, just doubled production. Simply because the bucket on that is 2.5 cubic meters. That's 5 cubic meters. So for the same amount of shovelfuls that I'm doing, I'm getting twice the amount. I mean, it just works out that way. That I own, so I might well sell that. That's costing me about nearly £3 a day to lease, but that is more than paying for itself. At least I think it is. So we need to go into town, get some gold nuggets smelted, do some of this magnetite. But what I want to do is check out the prices for stuff, because I'll be honest, looking at tier 3 now, isn't it weird every time? Look at the size of the hole. Wait, I know, so I've said that again, haven't I? This large excavator, oh man, it is just... Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. And that's not even the biggest. There's so much bigger stuff as well to go with. Now, oh, so hang on a minute. That was tier 4. What am I talking about? Sorry, no, I'm not. Stop starting here. I've refilled that fuel tanker and again because this thing was really thirsty. All right, so that's what I was looking at for the excavator. It says down there bucket capacity 5 meters cubed. And then if we go across to, we should get the small excavator there. Yeah, 2.5. So it just makes sense, I suppose. Let's go up to, so I'm really, oh, we did. Oh no, tier 2 we're on now. So it's tier 3 we're moving on to. That equipment is expensive. Now, much as I've got nearly 4.5 grand's worth of, 4.5 kilos of gold, I still don't think it's going to be enough to cover the cost. Now, having just rented, say just 24 hours ago, rented the larger excavator, I could rent some of this gear. The problem is I've got it in my head that I'd rather not. The excavator thing was a no-brainer, but the rest of the stuff, being it's going to be kind of a long-term thing, plus I'm pretty sure to do the setup for tier 3 is going to involve more than what it's saying. Like it did with tier 2, there was the wave machine that the wave table, it didn't wave machine, it's not a swimming pool, is it? The wave table. It didn't really give a lot of information on that. And it's the same, it's got a list of gear that you need, but I'm pretty sure you need a conveyor belt and you need the tip point for the conveyor belt too. So this is my magnetite curiosity here. We just stop here. Handbrake on, engine off. This lever on the back of the magnetite trailer lights up. So if I use it, now that says it's gone into there, the factory, but the magnetite on my amount now has gone up to 27,184. So the factory is sorting out the magnetite for me, but what I'm curious about, is there a point to sell my magnetite here? I know I can at the blacksmiths. I can either sell the magnetite or I can get upgrades, and the upgrades are for the blacksmith, so it can be faster smelting times and less loss, that kind of stuff, which is all very wonderful. But I'm now seriously considering the fact that I'm not going to have anywhere near enough money yet to buy all this new gear for tier 3. The other thing I did notice, and again, apologies, it's been a bank holiday weekend here. This released on Friday, so I did my first impressions video on Friday, and then I've did a video, episode 2, episode 3, Saturday, Sunday. This is Monday. Now, I haven't been on and read comments or anything like that yet. I haven't done any of that. So people may well have said all of this. I was saying about selling gear, and I said I didn't know if I could sell stuff. Going onto the map and looking down the legend, selling area. It's quite clear. Don't know why I didn't look at it before. If we zoom in, come to here, we've got on each plot, there's that little basket. That's a selling area. So you can take gear there. So I'm assuming when you're finished renting something, you take it there as well, and you kind of give it back, do you, I suppose? We've got our shed and our tent. Hang on, no. Great. How we ended up all the way over there. All right, yeah, so the factory. We've got this point here, which shows as nothing on the key, just the factory logo. But where do I sell the magnetite? It does say you can sell it at the factory, but all that's done is put it in the on the right, top right. It's just added it to that. So again, a bit puzzled by that. I'm not quite sure. It's not like I got paid at midnight or anything like that for any of the stuff. Yeah, thank you. I tried to turn those off the other day and I couldn't, wouldn't let me. Anyway, continuing on. Let's see. I think there's a limit to the size of the gold bar, so we might have to smelt these in stages, maybe. Very curious to see how much we're going to make, and then we're going to whiz over to the machinery store, not the equipment store, the machinery store, and price up some of this gear, because I've got a horrifying feeling it's going to be catastrophically expensive. I did think about getting a wheel loader, because the bucket loader on that, the front end loader, is supposed to be, I mean, that's even bigger than the large excavator, but then you need the conveyor to tip into. I did think about that as well with my gear I've got now. I know it's probably be a bit unorthodox, I don't even know if it would work, setting up a conveyor belt. Having the conveyor belt with the tip and then the wheel loader, but I'm pretty sure the wheel loader is over 100 grand. So, I don't know. I guess the point would be most people would just go straight for rent. That way you can move forward in your tiers a lot quicker. I've probably put a lot more hours into this than I needed to or should have done, maybe. Don't know. Right, so on here then, our options. So at the moment, that's for our gold. That's to sell our magnetite, isn't it? Or is that? Oh, that's just gold ore. So you can either have your gold smelted or sell the ore. You don't make as much for it on that. The magnetite price, I can sell all the magnetite I've got or upgrades, and that's the bit I was talking about. So buy small burner kit, and that reduces the smelting time. How much have we got? 27,000. We haven't got enough magnetite yet. Anyway, if we go across, smelting cost is reduced, so you don't get charged as much. Don't lose as much gold in the process. And the smelting amount is increased for each time. So there's a few things there, but we need a lot more magnetite, and then obviously level 2 and level 3 aren't unlocked yet. So we've got some options of what we can be doing with our magnetite. So I think I'm going to hold on to it. So what we're going to do now is smelt our gold, but I think, yeah, that's the largest it will do at a time. Let's smelt that. It'll take some time. Let's go back in. Ah, so I can't do the next bit until that's finished. So it is just one at a time. Oh, that's frustrating. I thought you could get like multiple on the go. Well, it doesn't matter. Once that one's done, we'll get on to the next one. So what I will do then is, you know what? I will see you in a minute. What I'll do is I'll just wait, because if I go over to there to look at the equipment, I'll get over there and it'll be ready for the next one. Then I'll come backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. I'm going to get all that gold made into gold bars. We'll start that in the back of the pickup, and then we'll go over and look at the equipment. So I will see you momentarily, and then we'll go over there and let's check out some of these prices. I'm not sure how much further we'll be able to go in this episode, because, I mean, I might be able to buy something else. I'm curious. I might lease. I might try that conveyor belt idea, you know. So I'm thinking if I could then lease the wheel loader rather than the large excavator. If I can do, again, the larger the bucketfuls I can do each time, the less trips, the more processing per hour, and then your profit increases. I mean, that's kind of how it works. I've gone from a shovel, doing 100 shovelfuls to get a full thing, to now I've taken that down to, less. I haven't actually calculated how many it is now. Right, let's go and get the first one. So, grab that. Let's get the next one, smelting. There's that one. Be careful, don't drop it. I mean, we do want to drop it, but in the trailer bed. Oh, right then. It's all good fun, isn't it, eh? Money, 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 money. Gold bars all done. We have 8 sitting in the bed, just there, look. Awesome. I think, you know what I might do? Let's go to the bank. Hang on, was the bank on this junction? Yeah, it's just there in the corner. I assume, like, when I'm back at the thing, I can sell them like I did on the tablet. We'll try. And let's see what we end up with. Then we're going to price up some stuff. I've had a bit of an idea. And weirdly, I had a message from Mondeo V6 who suggested exactly the same thing. And I thought, how weird is that? Oh, wow. So they're all 21. Oh, that's awesome. Right, sell that. Oh, 167,963 we've got. Now, so the thinking is this. I could lease a load of gear, absolutely. I want to carry on with the rig I've got for a bit and see if we can make it more efficient. My way of thinking is the rented large excavator I'm going to send back. My small excavator I'm going to sell, and I'm going to buy myself a wheel loader. Now these refer to front end loaders, wheel loaders, whatever. I'm going to get one of these because the bucket on this thing is even bigger. If we go across and let's go to machines, not machines, vehicles, sorry. The large excavator's got a 5 cubic meter bucket. The front end loader, wheel loader, has got a 10. So that's double the size of the large excavator. That halves the amount of loads I do, or doubles the amount I can do in the same time, if that makes any sense. But that is 125 grand. I've got the money to buy it. And if that speeds up my process massively, see, to set up tier 3, I need a big power generator. I need, where's the shaker? Is that the shaker? No, that's the D-rocker. Shaker, 82 grand. I need, what else do I need? Now I'm pretty sure to have that shaker set up, to put into that, I could do it with an excavator, but I'm pretty sure you need, loading screen, one of those at 32 grand. That later on, conveyor belt was 70 grand. We're going to need sluices, which aren't too expensive. We need the trommel, Irwin, probably that one, at 25. Because that one's 223. That one. I don't have enough money. I do not have enough money to get all that stuff. Like I said, I could rent, of course I could. But then the rental fees will pile up. So do I just take the rental fees on, take it on the chin, or do I? I really want to try this out, you know. So you know what we're going to do? I can't believe I'm doing this. Quantity 1. Let's get it. I'm going to have to reorganise my setup, turn it around a little bit, and then we'll sort out giving back the 2. Let's do it. Because if I can make the money I just made in half the time, although we've got that problem that we are moving into colder weather. Move my machines. No, hang on. No, that, oh, what's happened there? Right, so just the front end loader that needs to move, isn't it? The big excavator can come back. Oh, that's pricey, isn't it? One goes, one comes back. Let's order. See, that's the other thing as well, the drill thing that came up on the on whichever page it was. Was it one of the banking pages? That you can drill across your site to work out, and you get cross sections of the ground to work out where the gold is, where the best deposits are, so you can kind of mine the better areas first. So that's something I might need to look at as well. I'm not going to buy one of those, but I could. Yeah, we can certainly look at it. Let's head back. I'm going to have a fiddle around. What time is it? 3:21. Problem is, I guess by the time I've set it all up, it's going to start getting dark. Get our lights on. And yeah, I'll have a bit of fiddle around. Let's get these vehicles sorted and moved. And I'm not quite sure how I give that, how the rental stops on the excavator. How do I? So, where are we? We're not a tier 3 yet. I really hoped we would be, but that gear is so pricey. Then I guess the rental system being that because you can improve your capacity so much, you more than cover the rental fees, leasing costs. So as I'm coming at it off the back of Farming Simulator, and I do lease the odd things here and there, but generally speaking, again on there I try to avoid it. So it's just a force of habit more than anything else. But I'm very curious to see what this wheel loader is going to do. And the fact it's just got charged 1,500 to move the big excavator, whether it has actually gone. Because if it hasn't, that could be a problem. Oh, there she blows. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Now, I don't know if that bucket's going to be too wide to go into the top. Yeah, it's gone. Whether it's going to be too wide to go into the top of our mobile wash plant. I don't want to be losing loads of earth over the side, because that, in essence, then renders it kind of a pointless thing. But it does now mean that rather than excavating, we need to treat it more like a quarry. So we're going to gradually work our way down. So we're going to need a slope, like ramp type thing, for the wheel loader to go. Again, I'm saying wheel loader. I know it says front end loader on here. Wheel loader again. That's Farming Simulator. That's just they're referred to just telehandlers, wheel loaders, that kind of thing. So I'm referring to it as a wheel loader, and I know in game it says front end loader, but I apologise if I'm offending anyone who is a front end loader operator. I've always known them to be referred to as wheel loaders. Anyway, right, let's detach that. Let's have a bit of a fiddle around. Hang on. Oh, that worked well. Oh, seriously. No, I can't get under that. Can I, to disconnect? There we go. Perfect. Stand up. Let's move some stuff around. So, problem is, as I head in towards summer, if it starts to get hot, then we'll have that water problem potentially. But again, we'll worry about that later. We don't need to worry about that yet, do we? Oops, hang on. Okay, see in a bit. I'm going to take this over to the cell bit, see if we can. Or do I keep hold of it in case I need it? I don't think I'm going to need it, am I? I hope not. Right. Start that. Why is that not going to move? Why is he not moving? That's bad. Doesn't want to move. This is where I'm at. We're at 10 days to autumn. I'm using the wheel loader. I've got a hybridization tier 3? No, not yet. But what we're doing now is we're kind of turning it from what we were doing, using the excavators, into a more quarry-based situation where I'm kind of gradually sloping my way down. I'm going to start from the edge and we'll kind of do bedrock. But anyway, small excavator, 2.5 cubic meters. Large excavator, 5 cubic meters. Wheel loader, 10. So that's pretty cool. So what have we done? Well, we've got a second one of those wash plants, mobile wash plants. So the bucket on that splits between both. I then went and got a second water pump. The first water pump comes in and splits between the two wash plants. The generator has 2 high power ones that go to the wash plants, which is fine. So that's all the wash plant side of things sorted. The small hookup still goes over to our magnetite separator, and we've got a second water source coming in for that. That hooks that one up. I've got the second outlet, small outlet, comes out and goes into our wave table. But the only thing I haven't got, I suppose I could probably get another small Jenny, is I have another small Jenny over here with a power source so we can run the wave table separately, because at the moment I just need to disconnect it. I mean, at the end of the day I'm just going from there to there to run the wave table. And the good thing with running a double setup like this is when they're both full as they are now, I'll grab the bucket off one, grab the bucket off that one. Let's put that in there. Put that one back. Oh, I've just realised what I've forgotten. You know what I do? I'm going to put that underneath there for the time being, because I meant to go and get another bucket and I forgot. Let's put that under there, and I'll get one after I've done this. So as I've done each step so far, grab that one out. I'm going to pop that down for a second, because obviously that bucket will fill up to 100% really quickly. So we'll swap them over in just a second. Let's turn on, we want the water for this one. From there. We want the Jenny. On. No, on that side. On that. On. Excellent, that comes out. We put that to the wave table. 50%. That goes back under. Another one goes on. That can go back over there. Doesn't matter which one. Still got to get a second bucket regardless. And once that hits 100%, we swap it over, run the wave table, job done. And this all happens twice as quick. I've got to remember, because that's the other way around. I've got it around the other way to how I had it over there. Plus we're all up in the flat here as well, which makes life a little bit easier. Let's drop that there a second. Grab that. Turn up to no, grab that. I'm going to get another Jenny, definitely. Then turn that on. There we go. Okay. We're getting somewhere. So, not quite tier 3. I think all of my jerry cans are full, although my large fuel tank is down. Well, yeah, 0, saying that needs refuel. Oh yeah, pickup. I meant to say, if you go down to where you lease or buy your machinery, the middle window is where you buy, the right hand window is transport, the left hand window is paint. You can get paint jobs on your pickup, you can paint jobs on your vehicles. It's £1,000 to do a paint job on your pickup. It's a lot more to do on other vehicles, but so yeah, so I had that done. 350 grams of gold added to our account. Turn that off. Disconnect that. Put that back over there. Let's wind that in a little bit. And we go again. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. We have had a few changes. We've made a load of money. We've spent a load of money. We now have the wheel loader, which I'm really happy about. Let's turn that off. Turn that off. I'll go and get another bucket and then I'm good to go again. Next time I see you, let's see how far through we are here, how much more of the hole we've dug, how much more gold we've got. And then we need to look at, it's the big setup. It's going to be expensive. I'm trying to, I just honestly, I still am thinking of different ways to make this section easier. You know, whether or not to have a conveyor with the input bit so I can just literally bump, because there's a little bit of driving backwards and forwards. It has its pros and cons. It's a faster process because I'm doing twice as much, but I've got a lot of backwards and forwards, whereas when I was over there, I was just literally lifting up the large excavator, dumping, lifting, dumping, and there was no real movement other than rotational, whereas here I've got a bit of backwards and forwards travel. But, you know, again, it may not be stellar movement forwards. You may be way further forward than I am. And I think other than the sort of standard, this is how you're supposed to set things up, there is a bit of leeway to experiment, I suppose. Yeah, there's a bit of experimentation. Did we get any? Oh yeah, we got 3% magnetite, which we can tip into there. And we'll sort that out later. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.